Hello, my fellow Hound Dogs, and welcome to Planet Crafter. Now, I haven't played this game on the channel yet, and I heard that it's actually pretty good. And if played it myself on my own personal save, I've actually gotten pretty far. And I figured, why not? It's a relaxing game. It's a crafting game, and it's really nice. And yeah, so I did do custom settings on this. To where like I don't lose anything upon death. Now I know some people would say that kind of defeats the whole challenge of, survival and that kind of thing. But in all honesty, like Planet Crafters, man, is once you get into it, I'm really more about the automation and watching the planet become like habitable type stuff, not necessarily about the whole oh, I die and there's consequences type deal. Because I feel like I get most of that from Alien Isolation and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and put most of this stuff back away real quick. And let me see. Oh, I need the construction microchip. Alright, so I need silicon and magnesium. Basically silicon and magnesium for all of it. Yeah, no. Oh shit, didn't need iron. Let me drop that real quick. But no, I enjoy the slow nature of things, just watching things grow, and it can either be really fast or really slow if you want them to. It just does, just do what it do. Now, if I remember correctly, this basin does fill up with water eventually. I need more silicon and magnesium. Let's see. One more magnesium. And 2 iron for backpack. Perfect. Let's see. 2 iron, 1 titanium. I'm gonna get 3 iron because I want to build a base layer to it. I'm already starting to think ahead because I know in my personal playthrough of this that this entire ridge because I know for a fact that that entire ridge goes under water at some point. Oh, damn, I forgot. I gotta take the... I have forgotten the critical error. I have forgotten that, especially early on, I don't have as much oxygen room as you do later. Darn it. But, alright. This area right up here should be the perfect spot. Is it iron, titanium, silicate? Perfect. Let's do oxygen tank. And if I remember correctly, ice becomes water later on, and it becomes very difficult to get water like during the second stage unless you get like a water, like the, what is it called? The water gatherer, or the water evaporator, something like that. It's this big reverse umbrella looking thing. It collects water from the air. But let's do that. Oxygen is now up. That's good. I need iron. Iron and titanium again. I love sometimes how, like, I love that, like, dust formation and everything like that. I wish, so here's one thing that I kind of wish, that some of those dust falls like that, as the planet, like, grew, and maybe this is something that the developer's working on, but maybe as, like, the planet grew, like, the more tiers you go up, like, that now becomes a waterfall, you know what I mean? And then that caves behind it, you know? Just a thought. Not a criticism of any kind, just maybe something to include in the future. Who knows? Alright, but I will go ahead and put this water in there along with one of the oxygen bottles, and then let's see if we can start getting this planet. Let's see if we can start getting it terraformed, huh? cool. And then one more cobalt should do it. And if I remember correctly, that cave has iridium in it, so then I can hopefully try and get some more, get some heat going. Silicon and magnesium is what I'm gonna need for cobalt, silicon, magnesium. Silicon. Simple beginnings. Simple beginnings. I can't wait to see how we grow as we go. Yeah, that rhymed. What do you know? Let's see. I need this and then. Then I need one more cobalt. Then do the increased oxygen capacity. And then another magnesium. And then I can come over here. I can make a veggie tube. I'm probably definitely gonna have to. Ooh, that's not good. I need an iron. I need an iron, any iron. See if I can get some more iron in. Get myself some more turbines so I don't have to worry about every 2 seconds needing to replenish stuff, and then I can get the blueprint screen and the power screen and then the terraforming big screen. I'm gonna have to go back down to the south area and get I have to go down to the south area and get all of my supplies, so I'm gonna go do that real quick. I like how the sky looks. I'm especially gonna like it when it turns blue. That's gonna be cool. You know, I think what makes this game good is that it's not like it's not one of those forced planet crafters that you normally see, or not normally like one of those forced survival games where it's like trying extra hard to like push. It has, you know what's funny is that it has the same like kind of appeal a little bit that Minecraft does. You know, the idea of you going in and building up this thing. The only difference is that the only fundamental difference is that in Minecraft there's no real direct like consequence to you, let's say burning down a village or doing anything like that. But in this one there's a consequence like of, hey, there's a common goal of, hey, look, you're trying to terraform this kind of thing, you know? Kind of puts it into perspective just a little bit. Let's get let's see. Cobalt silicon. I'm gonna go get some iridium. Hit up a cobalt and silica on my way. But like, God, this is cool. You know, the idea of like, it really puts into perspective the idea of like one person making a difference by trying to terraform something, you know, or by trying to push a goal, you know. The ability of one person to change an outcome of something or to make something big happen just by, you know, just by doing simple tasks and things. So, aluminum. Let's see, can I get another iridium real quick and then... Yeah. Alright, time to go back. Time to go back! And I love how some of these areas unlock over time. So, for example, like, there are certain ice walls and blocks that you can't quite get to yet, that you need to wait until you get to a specific heat on the planet in order for that to melt, or you need to get to a specific TI or terraforming index before that place unlocks, you know? It really just kind of like adds that next level of interactiveness, which is cool. I wish, honestly, more games had that. Like, for example, certain games, sure, like, here, I'll put out Skyrim, for example. Skyrim's good in the fact that it... Here, I'll try and use some of what I've learned in Digital Arts Classic College. But Skyrim's almost to the point of freedom of choice, if that makes any sense, where the idea of, like, you make this choice, so then this choice happens, so then this choice happens, so then this choice happens, so then it leads to this outcome kind of deal. There's certain pathways that games in archetypes and stuff like that can go, and it really just depends on what the developer's going for. You can have, like, the guided path, which is one straight path, like most horror games are, where you are led down this one area, it's pretty straightforward, goes to there. You can have the roundabout way, that's a non-technical term, obviously, but it's the roundabout way of getting there, where the player makes the decisions and then it ultimately still leads to the same end. Like, for example, What Remains of Edith Finch was a good example of that one. You know, a good example of positive, or not positive, but good example of storytelling, that kind of thing. And the real difference kind of is in this game versus like any of those types of games is that it shows in real time what decisions or what actions, like, kind of consequences. Sure, in like Fallout and Skyrim and stuff like that, deciding on factions to choose and that kind of thing can make certain characters hate you and certain characters like you, but it doesn't really show the impact of the world. You know, for example, the only thing that I can think of in Skyrim that shows the real impact of you being in the world and you making, like, a choice to, like, absolutely, like, murder, let's say, like, a freaking tavern person, like, you know, one of the NPCs that's in the taverns that in, like, what's it called? What's the one town called? I can't remember, but you guys would know what I'm talking about. The only thing that really sets, like, that kind of level of interactiveness with that game versus this one is the like bounty hunters that come after you, and you find a note on them saying, like, you killed so and so and I'm angry at you and I sent bounty hunters after you. I want you to kill, and then insert gamer tag here. Like, that's what I feel like the only kind of level of, like, real world interactiveness, like, that kind of game has. And same goes for Fallout, really. I mean, Fallout, sure, you can pick and choose certain factions and that decides the outcome of certain scenarios, but, like, for example, like choosing the Brotherhood of Steel makes like certain characters just hate you. And I feel like the idea of this level, and I'm kind of rambling at this point, but the idea of like this level of interconnectivity with, like, I feel like I really did something when I terraformed this entire world. Like, for example, on my personal save, like, I've got flora, I've got, you know, all this cool waterfalls and stuff that's happening. And really, it's just really cool to see, like, just how the environment changes around you, and that you're actively participating in that makes it so much better. And I feel like, in all honesty, if I'm being fair, some games really lack that kind of interactivity. But anyway, I've rambled for far longer about that kind of subject than I kind of wanted to, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe none of that is real. Maybe I'm just drawing conclusions just to draw conclusions. I really don't know. But I think my opinions are valid, or at least hopefully they are. But I don't know. I think Bethesda and AAA titles and stuff like that can take a few pages out of some of these games' books, because literally this is not, I don't want to say simple, because it's not simple. Any game that anybody has ever made is not simple by any means, and it's an amazing feat that should be very celebrated. And it's a great accomplishment. But I feel that they should take from some of these relatively unknown developers, or maybe, you know, take from indie games and stuff like that, or take from games like this, take some of the good elements from that and maybe put them into their AAA titles. Like, for example, like if Starfield had a fucking mechanic like this, where like you could go in and purchase like a planet, let's say, or you could go in and purchase a parcel of land on that planet, and then you could tell a company or go to like Alpha Centauri and be like, hey, I want to terraform my planet to make it, etc., etc. And then you go, and they go, okay, well, it'll take this many in-game days and it'll cost you about this much money, you know? And then you go, okay, and then you purchase it, and then as you're traveling throughout, like, as you visit the planet throughout certain parts of your game, or for certain parts of, like, areas like that, then it could, you know, it would develop with you, you know? The idea of bringing real world consequences into a game, not even just consequences, but real world, like, changes that happen around you. That's kind of the games that I really like, or I really enjoy. You know, the ones that shit, I think I've checked that console like 3 different times. But that's enough rambling. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It just is what it is. See, I should play more relaxing games like this more often. I feel like I've talked more in this video than I have in the past, like, in the past, like, 10 or 20. No, not 10 or 20, but, like, in the past couple of videos that I've did, at least. But no, I don't know. You know what this kind of... You know what this kind of, like, I think would look like if we went and terraformed Mars? This is exactly what I think this would kind of look like. Well, not, like, right now, obviously, but, like, in the future, in the far-flung future, if we ever terraform Mars, I have a feeling that this is kind of like what the start would be like. And obviously, it would take, like, I can't even begin to comprehend, like, the amount of magnitude that would go into trying to reshape an entire planet to fit our needs. Like this game makes it very simple. It makes it very straightforward. Like, you need heat, you need oxygen, you need pressure, and you need plant life, or plant matter. Uh-oh, I'm gonna pass out here. Yeah, well. But, like, in reality, like, you need a magnetic field, which can only be generated really by, like, sustainably at least, by a molten core. Then you need an atmosphere, an ozone that, that's nice. can only be produced by oxygen or by methane or by like whatever, you know, in order to make a planet livable for us. Like, holy crap, the amount of stuff that we would have to pump into that planet in order to make it livable would be just tremendous. And you could probably get some of it, if not most of it, from asteroids. I mean, that's what some of the theories say about Earth, is about how it was created, was the fact that certain asteroids hit about certain times and brought about changes in climate and weather and bacteria and stuff like that, which is a miracle in and of itself, really. I mean, if you think about it, because, like, what are the odds that something like that occurs on a planet that's just at the right temperature, just at the right space, you know what I mean? And I mean, hey, it's awesome that it happened. I'm glad that it happened, because otherwise we wouldn't be here. I mean, but, like, it just is truly mind-boggling. And I love how I started off by comparing this game to the choices and like the reactiveness of this game to Skyrim and stuff like that. I love how I did that, but like I went so far down a deep rabbit hole. Welcome to ADHD for you. No, I feel like I could go on and on forever, really. I mean, hell, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. I'd be more than happy to hear like what you guys think, because in all honesty, if like, do you guys think that like Bethesda and them could take away from certain games like this, like, or do you think that like I'm just talking out my ass, or do you think that I don't know, like I would be more than happy to hear like opinions about that, or about like what your thoughts on terraforming other planets are, that kind of thing. Like that science stuff, shit, I could go on forever. Like, science shit is my bread and butter. I love science more than anything. Like, it's pretty cool. Hell, even the miracle, like, I say miracle, but it's not. I say miracle not in the like religious sense, but in like the holy shit, like what are the odds type sense. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's see, what do I really need to start buckling down for to get? I need titanium and iron, really. Oh shit, I'm gonna need liquid. I need liquid. I like the crunchy sounds. I did, in college, I did a final for it. I want to say it was just the art of sound, or the editing of sound and stuff like that. And like, the final project was to do kind of Foley type stuff, or one of the projects was to do Foley type stuff, which our professor would give us a list of animations to choose from. We would choose the animation that we wanted to put sound to, and then since it was COVID times, obviously, well, not obviously, but you get my point. Since it was COVID times, you'd have to scramble around your house and find some weird shit that you could make noises with. And you'd be surprised what you can do with like a balloon or a bottle cap or all that other type of shit, really. I mean, you could do a whole bunch of stuff with that kind of material around. Heck, I remember in screen printing, like, we had to get creative, man. Like, seriously, we had to get super, super creative on, like, what type of materials that we used and all that other stuff. I remember sitting in the garage, because my fiance at the time, because at that time I also proposed to my then girlfriend, now fiance. But, no, we were staying in, like, the basement apartment at the time. Her mom's basement. We call it the basement apartment because it was kind of our stepping stone of like we were starting to try and live together type deal. But that's besides the point. I was sitting in the garage and I turned it into kind of a little workspace for me, and my art projects and stuff like that. And I remember, like, we had to improvise materials for, like, printmaking. We had to improvise, like, all this other crap that we had to do. Like, you would not believe some of the fun stuff that you can make with corkboard and a knife, with cardboard and stretchy fabric. Like, really, it was actually very fun, and probably one of the better experiences in COVID. And that's kind of what made me not even think about COVID being COVID, you know, is the kind of distraction of doing projects and stuff. Let me guys know if you really want to see kind of, because I've been kind of struggling, if I'm being like 100% truthful with you guys, and getting some stuff off my chest. Why not? I've been kind of struggling to kind of get back on the saddle, per se, of art, and mostly it's down to just routine, setting up a good routine for myself, and not only just making sure that, like, deadlines and stuff are met, but, like, kind of the one thing that they don't tell you after college, really, the one thing that they don't tell you, or they don't prepare you as well for, is, especially as, like, an artist, or as somebody who does digital stuff and effects and all that other stuff, is, like, where to go next, really. I mean, I find it very hard, now that I don't have a grade behind my art, I find it very hard for myself to find the motivation to do things anymore. You know, it just sucks, because I like doing art. It's just that for whatever reason, like, my work took over. So now I got promoted, and then, because I started this channel right before I actually got my promotion at work and became a manager. Like, I started this channel before, and I really wanted to. This channel helps to keep some of my skills sharp, really, from art, like the editing of audio. Sometimes, if there's an audio challenge that goes on wrong with these videos. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't do anything masterfully manipulative with a whole bunch of stuff. I don't do an awesome animated intro, which I might. I'm thinking about it. I have been messing with Blender recently and have been kind of screwing around with some stuff in animation. And oh my god, is it a lot freaking better than Maya, for fuck's sake. You want to know about, like, the nightmare that fucking Maya was? Jesus. But anyway, that's besides the point. Like, yeah, no, it just doesn't, it's still what I want to do, and I really, really want to do it. It's just, I struggle with the idea of the blank page, and I struggle with the idea of, am I good enough? You know, that too, that kind of self-doubt. Like, because when you're in college, you try your best to get a good grade, right? And that grade kind of motivates you well, it motivated me, at least, to try and do better next time and try and get, like, but now that I'm out, I don't have that, you know? And so I have a portfolio of work, but it's just, do I feel like it's good enough to really go and submit to Pixar? Do I feel like it's good enough to go and to submit to all of these higher, like, jobs and stuff, and, you know, that kind of stuff? And it's hard, and it really is, to try and find time now, especially, to do that kind of thing. But anyway, I think I've rambled on for enough about that topic. But I do think, what are we at? 35 minutes? Yeah, I think I'm going to end it here. Let me save it. Okay. Well, I feel like I've talked a lot more in this video than I think I've had in the past two. I think I'm very, like, I like relaxing games like this, because it allows me a lot more of a chance to, like, kind of commentate on things, rather than, and even to share details of my life and of stuff with you guys, like, seriously. But I like relaxing games like this, because then it helps me to kind of be able to commentate more, rather than focus on the game. But Anyway, if you like this video, please leave a like. Let me know what you think of the video down in the comment section below. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, please subscribe if you like the content. It not only helps to push my content out into the algorithm, but it lets me know that you care about my content and want me to keep making it. And yeah, as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see all you guys next time. Bye, guys!